So let's get started. Good morning, everyone. I welcome everyone to today's webinar on preserving health and building wealth, which is a doctor's guide to saving and investing. I feel happy to have you all here with us today. Thanks for coming. So, having said that, medicine being a life-saving profession, doctors will likely have a busy schedule and unique financial considerations. Being in the profession that is 24/7, they obviously need guidance on smart ways to grow the wealth and achieve their financial goals. So financial literacy is something which equips doctors with the knowledge and skills to effectively manage their personal finances, including budgeting, saving, and planning for their retirement. So it helps them make informed decisions like about their income, expenses, and debt management, leading to financial stability and peace of their mind. So financial literacy is something which also empowers them to make informed decisions, diversify their portfolio, and understand the risk and rewards associated with various investment vehicles, helping them in their career, negotiate employment contracts, and financial flexibility to pursue personal interests and priorities accordingly. So with that said, we have with us today CA Dr. Gopal Krishna Raju, who is distinguished professional with expertise in multiple domains, including CA, CS, CMA, insolvency professional, and he's also a visiting faculty at the Indian Institute of Management. He has a vast knowledge in experience in various areas of financing and accounting. So having said that, sir, I welcome you with us, and we request you to share all the knowledge that you have with regards to the financial accounting, taxation, and legal compliance. Welcome with us, sir.
Thank you.
So we also have with us the speaker of the day, Dr. Shweta Kanappan. Good morning, ma'am. Dr. Shweta
Good morning.
Thank you. Dr. Shweta completed her MBBS from Coimbatore Medical College in 2001 and specialized in community medicine from 2002 to 2005 from Sri Ramachandra Institute of Higher Education and Research, where she graduated as the best outgoing student, winning the Kesavalu Education Trust Gold Medal. Thereafter, she has gained vast experience in academics, research, public health, management, and primary care. She has served as a district consultant at the UNICEF for a national program to prevent neonatal and childhood deaths. For the past 13 years, she's working in the Department of Community Medicine at the PSG Institute of Medical Sciences and Research in Coimbatore, where she's currently a professor as well. She has been actively involved in teaching undergraduate and postgraduate medical students, pursuing research and guiding student research, planning, implementing, and evaluating community intervention programs, and running NCT clinics at the primary care level. Her special areas of interest include in prevention and health promotion, focusing on cardiovascular health and workplace-based health organizations. So due to her keen interest in the cardiovascular health promotions, she's also faculty in the preventive cardiovascular division of the Department of Cardiology at the same institution, where she contributes for patient care, training, and research. The preventive cardiology division has initiated and successfully running a number of programs for the primary and secondary prevention of the heart disease and community at institutional levels. Her recent accomplishments include obtaining the International Board Certification in the Lifestyle Medicine and Masters in Health Professional Education from the Keele University in UK. So she has a scholarship named International Fellowship in Medical Education, sponsored by FAIMER Philadelphia. She has more than 30 publications in peer-reviewed national and international journals. Ma'am, I welcome you once again. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.
So having said that, ma'am, could you please share your experience and insights on how you have been successfully managing your priorities while handling the demands and multitasking like between your profession and life, ma'am?
Okay. Thank you, first of all, for the opportunity given, and good morning, one and all. Myself, as told by the host, I'm a public health physician working in academia and as well as involved in patient care. my interest from the beginning of my career was always into non-communicable diseases, uh, which include diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and cardiovascular diseases. So due to this interest, I focused my, especially in among women. So due to this interest, I uh, wanted to further my career in this area. So I finished, explored into lifestyle medicine, and I got my board certification in lifestyle medicine. And since then, I've been attached to the preventive cardiology division of our institution, and trying to promote primary and secondary prevention of cardiovascular diseases under the leadership of Dr. Rajendran. So with this said, I have chosen a domain which is relatively less taxing, and which helps me to balance my work and as well as take care of my health. So that is the first thing I want to put forth here. So being a doctor, many of the question which arises always, how do you balance your work and as well as your family and your health? So all these things I try to balance, because the profession or the career I've chosen is maybe less taxing. It's not, I mean, I wouldn't say that it's easy, but I try to balance it by prioritizing my work, trying to keep the work-life balance by trying to limit my work to my workplace, not bringing much of the work to home. That is one important thing. The second thing which I try to do is spend quality time with my family and kids. The third important priority for me is my own health. So because that is, I think, the link for today's session. Being a healthcare professional, investment, health, I think all these are linked. It's not, when we talk about investment, I think health is the first investment which we have to do. So I try, we talk, being in lifestyle medicine, we talk about 6 pillars of health, which is important for us, which includes diet, physical activity, good sleep, having a good social connectedness, being away from abuse, substance abuse, as well as addictions to screens. And then the last thing is stress, and which is the most important. So trying to look into all these six things, I see to that all these 6 things are adopted in my life. That is the first investment to health. I think that will further decide, will help us to further invest on the income which we generate. I think that is what we are going to discuss the next few, the next 1 hour or so. So try, my first message for today is, I think we need to have a prioritization and investment to our own health. So that said, did I answer to what, I mean, was that what was requested, or I mean, anything else which I have to add?
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that experience.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Please.
The second point is, since today being, I mean, the other important thing is investment for the income which we generate, the investment on that. I think sir is the best person who is going to talk about that. But from my viewpoint, I think physicians, generally the thought is physicians, they work, but they do not focus on investments. So I think that is there. I think there is more education needed for physicians on the different investment options. So we always look into the salary which we get, and then trying to look into only that part of it. There are other aspects of income which we need to focus, which I think sir will be talking a lot about. So that is one of the important thing. Okay, we are always dependent on the salary, and then how to go about with that, keeping the inflation in mind. I think the other options where we can also gain the passive income which we can get, and the income which we can get from investment, I think we should focus on that as well. So that is another important point I want to keep put forth today. The third point which I want to tell is, for physicians is, for ourselves as well as for our patients, we need to educate them on the preventive health schemes which are, I mean, insurance which is available for health promotion or preventive health care, and which also has income tax benefit under Section 80D. So every year we need to get for health checkups, preventive health checkups for us as well as our family members, and that is covered in many of the health insurance schemes and also has an income tax benefit. So that is the third point. And fourth point is maybe educating our patients regarding the government insurance schemes which are available and how they can utilize those benefits. I think we also need to be educated what is available and what is covered and how, and also to update it to our patients. So that is the fourth important point which I wanted to convey today.
Okay, so thanks for sharing all that with us, ma'am. Definitely, sir is going to be giving us the inputs on whatever the questions you've been asking today. So yes, ma'am. So having said that, sir, now it's your turn to take it forward and give us the inputs on the same, sir.
Okay.
Over to you.
Hope my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Good. At the outset, let me thank Ashton Gray Investments and also Surya Grabasani for hosting this program. And thank you very much, Public Health Physician Dr. Sweta, for joining today morning for this wonderful program on preserving health and building health. I like this heading very much, because there is one common thing between a chartered accountant and a doctor. That is July 1st. We say July 1 is Doctor's Day, and July 1 is also Chartered Accountants Day, which is a celebration across the country. And majority, they have this question in mind, whether health or wealth is first. Actually, health is first. If you take care of your health, you can take care of your wealth. Of course, wealth also will take care of your health, vice versa. But one thing I want to make here, one starting observation. Generally, chartered accountants are meant to be good in money management. They make money, whether they are good in money management is a question mark. Every profession for that matter, whether legal profession, medical profession, engineering profession, there will be a civil engineer, whether how good he has constructed his own house. There are exceptions are there. So I don't say this statement is a generic statement. So this is a very important topic per se, and across every professionals, across every individuals, that health and wealth both are their first priority. Now I'll just start with one very interesting number, because Surya was starting with a term called financial literacy. In our country, we have 142 crore population, and almost 140 crore population, they are having Aadhaar. Okay, PAN is close to 60 crore people have been allotted PAN, individual PAN. But what is the financial literacy rate? So how comfortable people are in choosing the various financial products, and what is their level of understanding with respect to insurance, difference between savings and investing. The topic rightly they have coined guide to saving and guide to investment. So quite nice. So before I venture into those topics, I just want to share with you one very interesting video to all of you. So kindly pay attention.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming to help us conduct this experiment today. We were of different ages. We were made to stand in a line. Now I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions. If your answer is a yes, step forward. If it's a no, please step back. Here goes. Ready? Did you learn how to ride a bicycle before the age of 10? Did you learn music in school? Did you take any lessons in sports? And no, video games are not a sport, even if it has the word game in it. Did you learn how to iron your clothes while still in school? Take a step forward. If not, take a step back. If you can make tea or breakfast, not just for yourself, please step forward. If not, take a step back.
At the beginning, I think the questions were more general. People were still going forward and backward. Questions like, it was funny to see like the cooking question. There were a lot of men who went ahead and there were women who were going behind.
Do you usually make all the household bill payments yourself? Do you know the circle rate in your area? Do you know the price of gold today? Do you know the exact breakup of your salary?
As the questions unfolded, the stark difference came out visibly.
Do you know the details of the financial documents you're asked to sign? Have you bought a vehicle in your own name without consulting anybody? Have you bought insurance policies unassisted? Do you watch or follow the budget?
Like you think you're doing okay, but then you think, okay, these are kind of important things that I don't look at.
Do you manage your own finances and earnings unassisted? Do you know how to invest in mutual funds? Do you know the difference between a mutual fund and an SIP? Do you pay the investments for your family members or your spouse? Do you file your own income tax return? Now, everyone who's in front, could you please turn around and look behind you? Initially, when you guys started moving, there wasn't such a big gap. My question is, when did this gap start to occur?
The minute the question became about managing money, the gap between men and women became very clear in everything.
Women handling certain responsibilities regarding their own life, which were always passed on to someone else in the family or the man.
There was a slight unfairness I realized at that time. But at that point, it seemed normal. I was upset. I wanted to be at the front of the line. Like, why don't I know this? Why am I not confident enough to say, yes, I am able to understand this? It was quite an eye-opener for me because I always depended on the men of the family to take care of my investments and, plan my future.
I felt that mostly men are more into it than women. So eventually, I didn't expect the gap to be there.
For the years growing up, there was certain very traditionally masculine tropes that were assigned for him, and certain traditionally feminine tropes that were assigned for me.
For women, it's practically debarred to learn to know and to focus on money.
I wish I had known from the beginning of my childhood and then kind of thought about that I would be doing so much better.
Just actionable measures is what we want, really.
Well, so the idea is not to find that there is a digital divide in gender, but the message here is the financial literacy is equally important for one and all. And today, for the next maybe 20 minutes or so, I'll just take you through fundamental differences between maybe savings, investment, what do you mean by building a corpus, and how to save tax, and what are all the various tax planning tools available. And also we have a few of the participants who have questions with them. So I'll request Surya also to follow those questions. You can type those questions and enable the participants also to voice their views so that we'll also take their questions also as part of this program. I just want to first start with a fundamental question. Is there a difference between the term called savings and investment? Tamil sollanumna சேமிப்புக்கும் முதலீட்டுக்கும் என்ன வித்தியாசம்? Because Surya Grabashini and Ashton Gray Investment, they are from Coimbatore, so here and there I'll be using some part of Tamil, but I am from Chennai, so my Tamil will be Chennai Tamil, not the beautiful and Singara Kovai Tamil. I may not be in a position to speak. But fundamentally, savings and investment, I want to give a basic difference. You earn 100 rupees, you keep aside 20 rupees. 80 use it for your personal expenditure, repayment of EMI, payment of rent, electricity, all this stuff. So 20 you save. Now I want to make one observation here. There is something called inflation. What is inflation? Maybe my father's time, mother's time, okay, my grandparents' time. So they say in the costliest place in Coimbatore or in Chennai, okay, Chennai, Coimbatore, it is Race Course Road. And in Chennai, it is T Nagar, Nungambakam. They say in T Nagar, 1940s or 50s, during the independence time, one ground which is 2,400 square feet is hardly 3,000 rupees. So now 3,000, even if you go to a restaurant, it is gone, damal, okay, dumi life. So that means your money inflates. Okay, your money inflates, and thus your savings will support that inflation. And I want to make one observation. You know, what is the inflation rate of India as of last year? It is actually 6.8 or 6.9%. We'll take 7%. We'll take 7% as an inflation rate. So that means if I keep my money in savings account, rate of interest is hardly 3.5% or 4%. So that means you will earn 4, but there is inflation because you earn that 4 and you have to spend. That means you have to put another 3 rupees to actually get your buying power. So meaning your investment, ungal mudaleed, where you have to invest is very important. So savings is the money what you keep aside, and where you will keep that money is the question. So there is a very beautiful song in Tamil Nadu, in Tamil song is there. It's a very old song. Seta panatha sikkanama selavu panna pakkuvama amma kaila kuduthu podu chinnakannu avanga 6 100 ஆக்குவாங்க செல்லக்கன். இது மருதகாசியோட பாட்டு இது. So அந்த காலத்துல very popular song by esteemed Shivaji Ganesan's song. So that means you give the money to your mom will multiply that. So how mom will multiply? She will also invest somewhere. She'll keep it in a very safe place. So maybe if I give a traditional investment options, maybe I'll say land, gold, okay, land or gold. So these are traditional investments, because gold, especially you take the gold rate 20 years back and gold rate today, the compounded annual growth rate, I repeat, the compounded annual growth rate in gold is 14%. That means gold is, you buy the gold and keep it, and you sell after 5 years or 10 years, you will get a return of 14%. It's only by, not inflation, it's by the appreciation. Maybe same is the case with land also, but land differs from place to place. Okay, whether it is a commercial property, residential property, agri land, all this. So I'm just giving one analogy. So here, gold is growing. The investment is actually growing at 14%, but the inflation is only 7%. So 14 minus 7, net growth of your investment is 7%. This is what a fundamental understanding is required. So corpus means you have to build a corpus for various purposes. For example, your corpus for the education of your son and daughter. There should be one more corpus called emergency corpus. It's called emergency fund. That also you must keep it. Where you will keep it is the next question. That is where in discussion for investing. Now, where you need at least an emergency fund called 10 lakhs or 20 lakhs or 30 lakhs, whatever it is. Emergency fund is for any purpose. It can be for medical or for any family related requirements. So it's called emergency fund. So you need an emergency fund. You need to keep some investments with a particular goal and objective. Now, in all this, if you have to maximize your wealth, you have to build a wealth. So that means you keep aside monthly 1 lakh. So that means yearly 12 lakhs. At the end of 12 lakhs, it should not be 12 lakhs. It should grow 12.9 lakhs, 13 lakhs. It should be 14. So that growth is very important. So how do we go for that? Okay. So that is what we call it as corpus. And over a period of time, how much corpus is required is the question. How much insurance I have to take? All these will be a fundamental question. So what I will do, I will not bore you with all this stuff. Maybe I'll only say this inflation part I've said. I'll only make only one observation before I start with a few of the pointers. Please understand an investment slogan. Sochikar, Samajikar, Investikar. Meaning, Sochikar, please pay your attention. Please apply your mind. Think and understand, then invest. Think, understand and invest. No, my friend has invested, he made 12%. My uncle has invested, he made this. My auntie has invested, she made this. My Atayama has invested, she made nothing. For them, their goal, their objective, their corpus building, their investment criteria would have been different. So you have to first be very clear about what is your investment objective is all about. I'll just give you 9 personal finance rules. Very simple. Personal finance rules. Simple. So maybe I don't know whether I'll have time to discuss all this, but I'll just share with you some of the important aspects. Very, very important aspects. Then I'll go to few of the tax planning tools also. Maybe let me take a simple number. Okay. What I call it as your 10-5-3 rule. Many rules, 9 rules are there. I'll just take 10-5-3 rules. Okay. So what is this 10-5-3 rules? What is 50-30-20 rule? And what is 3x emergency rule? 40% EMI rule. These are some very, very fundamental thing you need to understand. Now, people are today very fond of, everybody have a mobile phone. Okay. And whether we get a call for earning money or not, call will come to take a loan. Sir, I am speaking from so-and-so. Madam, I am speaking from so-and-so bank, so-and-so institution. You have been selected for a loan. Now, the first question I'll ask them, should I have to repay the loan or not? Then you have to repay. Then phone a That's the best thing. But people are very fond of giving loan to us. So please understand one thumb rule. If monthly your earnings is 1 lakh, 1 lakh is your earnings. Okay. So please ensure your EMI, monthly EMI, 1 lakh is there. I will spend my entire 90,000 varikum pola. 1 lakh, 1 lakh varikum kuda pola EMI. No. Maximum 40%. Red color I have used. Never go beyond 40% of your income into EMI. Actually, 40 ceiling. You must not go beyond 25% or 30%. Or cushion which always you must have some cushion of 5 to 10%. Because once you achieve, for example, you earn 1 lakh per month, salary will be there. You give it to a banker. 1 lakh. Sir, you are eligible for a loan. But sir, please wait. Let me check your credit score. There is something called credit score. There's a very beautiful movie by Mani Ratnam called Roja. In that, Aravind Swami will go to see the bride in the village. So in that, the village grandmothers and all will come. They will all sit and then the Aravind Swami will see the bride. Actually, he will come to see the elder sister. But later he will say yes to younger sister, you know the film and all. So then the village parting, they will ask a question. Maapila enna pandringe? At that time, Maapila will say, that is Aravind Swami will say, I am a crypt analyst. At that time, nobody knew what is called cryptology and all. But Mani Ratnam was a visionary. So he said crypt analyst. Everybody then referred dictionary. And they say, oh, crypt analyst means analyzing the cryptography. Now today, same Roja, part 2, direction Mani Ratnam. Same scene is reshot by Mani Ratnam. Now the same grandma, Spanti, will ask one question to Arrange Sami. Maple, ungolode credit score enne. அப்போதான் நாங்க பொண்ணு கொடுப்போம். Why? Because today earning 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 5 lakhs is not very important. How much loan he has on top of his head, what is his take home, that is very important. So that means out of a monthly earnings, annual earnings, 40% should be max EMI. And if I already touch that EMI, you are not eligible for a loan at all. Let me be very clear about it. Point number 1. Point number 2. Always have, I repeat, always have. If your monthly earnings is 2 lakhs, keep at least 3x in your emergency fund. I repeat, emergency fund means emergency fund. Emergency fund should not be used for all purpose. Always in life, ordinary, important, urgent, emergency will be there. Sir, life ellame emergency da appdi solla because ordinary things, if you don't do ordinary, it will become important. Important times you don't do important, it will become urgent. And urgent you also don't do, it will become emergency. So that time you should do it. So this is the second rule. The third rule which I want to bring it to your attention, to everybody, because now I'm going into the fundamental part called savings. தமிழ்ல ஒரு நல்ல பழமொழி உண்டு. உங்கள் முதல் செலவு சேமிப்பாக இருக்கட்டும். உங்கள் முதல் செலவு சேமிப்பாக இருக்கட்டும். Do your first expenditure, and that your first expenditure should be savings. So லொட்டுன்னு வந்து you will get a credit in your bank account. Immediately take that money and put it in savings. That should be your first thing. So saving should be a habit. எல்லா செலவு போனதுக்கு அப்புறம் ஏதாவது மிச்சம் இருந்ததுன்னா சேவ் பண்ணும். No, don't do that. Your first expenditure should be saving. Remember, you have to manage your funds like this. Say your annual monthly income is 1 lakh. 50% should be for your needs, like family expenditure, rent, and that 50% includes EMI also. Okay. 30% is for your want. Cell phone வாங்கலாமா, கார் வாங்கலாமா, அப்புறம் புதுசா ட்ரெஸ் வாங்கலாமா, ஓகே, தொப்பி வாங்கலாமா, ஓகே, வெக்கேஷன் போலாமா, right? So all these and all will be there. So that is not a need, that is want. So need called தேவை, want means ஆசை. Okay, so தேவை is different from ஆசை. So please understand this. So 80% gone, Govinda. So balance 20% is your savings. Now where you will saving is the next question. Angadan kelvi kekkan. So where you want me to invest, where your corpus will be safe. I'll give you 3 criteria. Enga save pannano. Sir, return 32% kudukuren. So first return first, safety first, liquidity first. So please understand this. Remember, called SLR. SLR. Reserve Bank of India, if you go and ask SLR, statutory liquid ratio. But for a personal finance, SLR means safety, liquidity, and return. This is the first rank. Return should be last. Liquidity should be your second rank. Safety first. Safety, liquidity, and return. Whenever you think I have to get the money, then you should be in a position to. For example, public provident fund will be there. National pension scheme will be there. Okay. Now you have a very good scheme for daughters. Okay. So that is your Selva Magal Semippu Thittam is there. So all these are very good schemes. So please understand the central government schemes, the various saving schemes, various models. That is why this slogan is very important. Sochikar, Samajikar, Investikar. Think, understand, then you invest. Okay. No, I'll go with the flow. I'll go with the emotion. I'll go with the crowd. The crowd is investing. I'll also invest. Unless and otherwise you don't. So understand what the investment is. Beginning till end, never invest even a single rupee. Okay. ask 10 questions. If the representative is getting wild, angry, and for the 11th question, no, go so I invest பண்ணிட்டேன். Never do that. You ask 10, you ask 100 questions, they are bound to answer. Until you are clear with all the questions, never invest. Okay. So this is 50-30-20 rule. That is for investment. Now I'll slowly go into some of the, okay, actually this mantra also I will tell, then I'll go into some of the tax planning tools. Okay. Maybe one or two, then I'll leave the floor open for a lot of questions. Maybe from the questions I'll try to answer. Life insurance, this is a fundamental question. Okay. So maybe my earnings is 5 lakhs, annual income is 60 lakhs. My earnings is 3 lakhs, annual income 36 lakhs. So 36 lakhs or 10 lakhs and then I'm a premium. This is not the criteria. Your criteria should be very clear. Okay. Now, lot is life insurance. In my absence, whether my family will be financially stable. Idan kelvi. In the kelvi, you need to give an answer. So, please understand this. 20x dan thambru. What is your annual income? If your monthly income is 1 lakh, annual income is 12 lakhs. So 12 lakhs into 20 times. 12 into 20 is what? 2.4 crores. Maybe around money 2.5 crores. You can actually take a life insurance. So this is what we call it as a life insurance mantra. So your annual income 15x to 20x should be your coverage. That means for the next 20 years or 15 years, it will be equivalent to as though you are physically present and you are earning for your family, your life insurance will actually take care of your family. Meaning that. So that is very important. So that means even without me, in my absence, will not be felt by my family because the life insurance takes care of them. So 15x is minimum and maybe 20x you can keep it as a maximum. So this should be one very important rule to you. Where you will take insurance, what type of insurance you have to take, that itself is a separate session. Okay. So what are the different insurance policies are there? That is why I said, Sochikar, Samajikar, Investikar. This is a slogan of National Stock Exchange, but it's a very good slogan. Okay. But so now, let me tell you this investment planning, because generally what people will say, na invest panna tax benefit lang gedai. Tax benefit incidentally. Tax benefit kaga na save pannanonu artham gedai. But the tax benefit is also, for example, fixed deposit. Fixed deposit la invest panna, will you get tax saving? No, never. You will not get. But the interest will be taxable to you. Now you have the debt funds, debt mutual funds. Debt mutual funds, so now the fixed deposits, both are same. So only thing is in fixed deposit, you will go and invest in NBFC or bank. Debt mutual fund, you will invest in a mutual fund. That's Vidyasam. As far as taxability is concerned, nothing difference here. But in debt mutual fund, only at the time of withdrawal, you will pay the tax. But in fixed deposit, an accrual of interest, you have to pay tax. But you need to understand the product very clearly. Now, when I go to buy a two-wheeler, I want to go buy a four-wheeler. 100 கேள்வி கேட்கிறோம். இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ணும்போது 100 கேள்வி கேளுங்க. 100 questions you ask. Surya Girbashini is there only to answer all these questions. You ask her 100 questions. So she is ready to answer all those things. So most important aspect is investing and then keeping quiet. That is not your role. Invest பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறம் you have to be watchful. It is like your baby. You give birth to a baby and then you what is it? You join that baby to a school, a nursery. Will you keep quiet? You will monitor that boys or girls' performance. Very similar. Why are you not monitoring your investment? So that is very important. It is your baby, your money, your investment, your savings only you have invested there. Should you not monitor? Is it not your dharmiga porupu responsibility? Okay, so that is your money. You have to monitor their growth, their performance. Sometimes your investment will be growing slower. Some other investment will be growing faster. then exit from this and enter there. That is also possible. That is called rebalancing. So somewhen generally you do that. Whenever you drive in a very busy street, இது என்ன ஒரே டிராஃபிக்கா இருக்குங்க, ஒரு லெஃப்ட்டுக்கா எடுத்து ரைட்டுக்கா போய் parallel roadல we will go. Why? Because there traffic is not there, here traffic is there. You want to reach the destination faster. In practical life we do. Why not we do that in investment? Okay. So this is some time horizon I have given just for the understanding. Maybe in 27 years you buy a house, 37 years you pay off your student loan, something like that. You have first a timeline. என்னென்ன பண்ணணும், ஒரு வீடு வாங்கணும், கார் வாங்கணும், ஓகே, கல்யாணம் பண்ணிக்கணும், என் பையனுக்கு பொண்ணுக்கு I have to save money for his or her studies. Something you have a horizon. So this is fundamental actually. And keep this, ஒரு line photo put it, பெரிய drawing you need not draw, but have this as your targets. Okay. So if my target will be different from your target. So it is different. So please be very clear about these targets. Now, let me go into some of the very interesting questions to you. We have some very interesting questions also. How much you prefer an expiring international investment option? How to balance desire for higher returns? General questions are nariya irukku. Let me answer all those questions. But before that, I'll just take you to one in the green color, red color and all. Just I will give you some interesting things. Please look at this. If you keep it in maybe in gold form or cash form, they are highly liquid. Anytime you can make money. But you keep it in a stock markets or commodities or startup stocks. These are all red color or rose color. In the orange color, commercial property, residential property, increase agalam, agamlu irukala. That is why it can be either in red color or green color. So I'm just giving this some idea to you. Now I will take you to some very interesting numbers. Okay. So first thing, let me take you to a number called Hindu undivided family. Okay. I just want to share with you two things. Say annually your income is 20 lakhs. Okay, annually your income is 20 lakhs. In the present tax structure, this is the present tax structure. Okay, that will be either an old regime or a new regime. Let me assume that you are going by the old regime itself. So 20 lakhs is your annual income. Then from 10 lakhs to 20 lakhs, it is 30%. So 3 lakhs will be your tax. Plus up to 10 lakhs, you have 20%. So on 5 lakhs, 20% is 1 lakh. So on 10 lakhs, 3 lakhs plus 1 lakh is 4 lakhs. Plus 2.5 lakhs to 5 lakhs is 5%. So 12,500. So 4 lakhs, 12,500. On that, there will be a 4% cess. In arithmetic, no need to break your head. Nowadays, all these calculators are there. Okay. Just I'll give you a rough number. 4.25 lakhs or 4 lakhs and 25,000 will be your tax. Okay. 4 lakhs. 20 lakhs sambaricha 4 lakhs government ku poidum. So that means what is left in your pocket is 15,75,000. That's it. Now, if the same income is earned in your individual name 5 lakhs, no tax. In your Hindu undivided family 5 lakhs, no tax. So for 10 lakhs, you don't pay any tax. Another 5 lakhs, it is earned in your, say, spouse name. Husband means wife's name, wife means husband's name. So 5 lakhs, again, no tax. Because up to 5 lakhs, you get a tax rebate also. Now, in new regime, up to 7 lakhs. I'm just comparing old and new. So 555, another 5 lakhs, the income is accumulated in the name of a private family trust. So same 20 lakhs income, your annual income from different sources, if it is earned in 4 different entity name, there is 0 tax. That means entire 20 lakhs is with you. That 4,25,000 you can save. Okay, I'm just giving you, I don't want to bore you with the numbers and all, but I'm giving you the conceptual the point here. So now, maybe just 2 or 3 points I'll just share with you. What is a private trust? What is a Hindu undivided family and all? In India, I want to make one observation that in India, out of 142 crore population. Okay. So 80% of the population, I repeat, 80% of the population are Hindus. This is a Hindu nation. And close to 30 crore households are there. 30 crore. 30 kodi வீடுங்க 30 கோடி families இருக்கு. Out of this, again 80%, if you take it, is 24 crore families are Hindu families. I repeat, 24 கோடி குடும்பங்கள், okay, Hindu குடும்பங்கள் இந்தியாவில் உண்டு. But I want to give one more number. Out of this 24 crore families, Hindu families, hardly only 30 lakhs Hindu families have applied for PAN. Not even 1 crore. There is 24 crore. There is only 30 lakh. Okay, so this is so that means people don't. And can you open a bank account in HUF? Yes. Can you invest in HUF? Yes. Can you buy a property in HUF? Yes. You have the source. Yes. Why not? Okay, good thing. Now, can a HUF will have a PAN card? Yes. Gopal Krishna Raju individual, I have a PAN card. Gopal Krishna Raju HUF, I have a HUF PAN card. So why I'm making this? You can even invest in the name of a family also. But for a family, there will be a family members will be there. So me, my spouse, my children will be in my family. Okay, good. And another CSK la Talana Dhoni. And for a Hindu undivided family, Talana Karta. Karta is the eldest male member. Now, when male member is not there, even the Delhi High Court has given a verdict that a female member can also be the head of the family. So quite an interesting model. You have to try to explore these kind of models. Doctors especially, I will say they are highly brilliant, smart professionals. And I'm sure these kind of small tips, small inputs will actually make them to optimize their investment model and also their corpus building. For example, today I'm starting to build my corpus. I'm now 30, I'm now 35, I'm now 40. Don't bother about what age you are, but have a vision of having a corpus. Now, ஒரு 10 கோடி ரூபாய் corpus, cash corpus, or investment corpus I want to build. Okay, so one day you cannot build. Over the period you can build. 1 கோடி corpus build பண்ணாலே big thing. So 1 crore, 2 crore, 3 crore, you can think of some. So don't have a vision of very big. You start from 10 lakhs corpus. Increase the corpus to 25 lakhs. Increase it to 50 lakhs. Increase it to 1 crore. So like that, you slowly build your corpus. Corpus will give you the confidence. Corpus will give you the comfort. Corpus will give you the comfort of, okay, leading a very comfortable life. And also making the others, your family, your friends, to also you share these information to them that ungal mudal selavu சேமிப்பாக இருக்கட்டும், have a target to build the corpus. Maybe I'll just share with you another one more interesting pointer for a private trust. For example, your son or a daughter. Okay, now your son, daughter, you want to build a corpus for your son or daughter. Family corpus you can have, personal corpus you can have. Corpus you can have 2-3 corpus. Individual corpus you can have. Enakaga, now my target is to go around India and also go around the world. World tour and India tour, 10 years I want to do, from year 50 to year 60. So from 35 to 50, you build your corpus. Corpus you withdraw. Another very interesting number also I'll give. Sometimes this is the rule what I said. Look at this particular rule. This is called 4% rule for financial freedom. Financial freedom. Hey, what is this financial freedom? Free means what? Corpus required. People will have this doubt. Corpus nu solringle. Evlo corpus. Okay. Corpus na onnu illa, or lump amount dhaan corpus. It is 25 times your estimated annual expenses. Okay. For example, your estimated annual expense, you earn 1 lakh per month. So per annum is 12 lakhs. 12 lakhs la vandu, sir, 10 lakhs is elavaidhu. Put 10 lakhs into 25 times. About 2.5 crores should be your corpus. I repeat, 2.5 crores your corpus. So if your annual expense after 50 years is 5 lakhs, and you wish to take a VRS, then your corpus should be 1.25 crores, for example. So now, what do you do this corpus? 50% you put in a fixed income, like your fixed deposit, mutual fund, debt, Another 50 you put in equity. So riskless, like that you do it. And then withdraw 4%, because 4% of 1.25 crore is what? 50,000, 5 lakhs. That will be your, that will take care of your expenses. But your investment will earn. So that means your corpus also will not deplete. And this rule works 96% of time in 30 years. So next 30 years will be free. Mind freer. Now, next month, every rent kattiruku. Velinaadi every போறது. டிக்கெட் எப்படி வாங்குறது? நாளை காலம்பரை இட்லி என்ன சாப்பிடுறது? You need not worry about it because corpus takes care of it. Okay. You need to only build your corpus today. So, and one good thing is you are leaving a legacy also. These are all not stories. These are all experiences. These you have to actually leave this legacy to your next generation also. That is also possible. And give this lesson to the next generation also. So they also build their corpus. So this is in short. And maybe last one point I'll give, and then I'll close the session for some questions. I'm sure we have a lot of questions to take from the participants. So private trust. This is for your children. The day when they are born. For example, when my son was born, next 10 days I have the PAN card for my son. Okay, baby. He was a baby only, baby boy. But I took a PAN card. So you can take a PAN card. The law doesn't restrict the PAN card. 18 years another PAN card. No. PAN card is not an income proof card. PAN card is only an ID card. So that is why PAN card is used in ID card in airports. Whenever you go in railway, then they only give PAN card as an ID proof. A photo is there, a name is there, a date of birth is there. So now you want to build a corpus for your children. So how you can build them? Normally you fix a deposit in the name of your son or a daughter. That interest will be included in your income. So unga perla invest pandrathu onnudha, unga paiyan ponnu perla invest pandrathu onnudha. So that is why you create a separate entity called a private trust. Say unga paiyan perla ponnu per vandu say Bhuvaneshwari. So you can say Bhuvaneshwari Private Trust or Bhuvana Private Trust. Like that you create it. And then you invest money in that. And that income will be only taxed in that particular trust. Who is the beneficiary of the trust? That minor child. And minor child also will be eligible for that slab rate. Up to 2.5 lakhs, no tax. So it is not a minor child. It is that entity. That entity is actually governed by, that is run by the parent. So therefore, the entity get tax 2 lakham. But if the investment is in the name of the child, then that interest will be included in the parent's income. So you need to structure your transaction in such a way, you optimize your tax also, and your tax optimization will increase your wealth. Ultimately, on the tax optimization, you are going to only accumulate wealth. Your corpus will build quite faster. The ballooning effect of the corpus will be faster. So, in last but not the least point I want to give, after that I will rest my case for questions. Remember, gifts are not taxable. Okay, gifts are not taxable. Remember, gifts from friends up to 50,000 in cash. Gifts in kind up to 50,000. Both are not taxable. That means 1 lakh gift from other than family members are not taxable. From family members, whatever gift you receive, nothing is taxable. No limit. Similarly, at the time of marriage, on the occasion of marriage, you receive any gift. Nothing is taxable. So that means corpus building, this is also one very interesting tip for you, without paying tax. So tax should be paid, but try to optimize your tax. Thereby, the savings in tax, you try to accumulate it in your corpus and build it. So So thereby your investment, you build your investment. The real wealth creation will be visible for you maybe in a period of 3 or 4 years time. From 5th year time, you will visibly see a very strong, I will say, an investment in front of you, a corpus in front of you. Best of luck to each and every one of you. And let me take few questions with the help of Surya.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, because it was really insightful where you were like touching on the topics of taxation, on how to build the corpus and how to really keep yourself educated when it comes to things like, learning about what you're putting yourself into, rather than just, blindly putting just because somebody has done it. So that is really very informative, and thank you for that. So I'll just read out the questions that we have today, sir. We have a lot of questions.
I will also request you, rather than reading, if you can unmute to them, we'll also listen to them if possible.
We have a few questions who have already typed it for us, sir. That I will read out, and maybe then we can proceed on.
You can ask them to, if they want, they can raise their hand so that we can also listen to them.
Yeah, sure, sir, sure. So the question that we have now is like, how much would you prefer, like, exploring for an international investment option is the first question that we have, sir.
Okay, now where you want to invest is that fundamental question. For example, I'll give you an interesting tip. So you want to invest in Australia, you want to invest in Canada, you want to invest in United States. For example, in United States or in Canada, the savings bank interest rate is 2.8% per annum or 3% per annum. In India, it is 4.5% or 5%. Now, where will you invest? First, you will have the answer yourself. Second, no, I will invest in real estate. So investing in near Chennai, Sri Perumbudur, what is the growth rate or the inflation rate at which the real estate will grow? What is the inflation rate there? So you need to compare. So what is this per square feet cost here? So naturally in dollars and rupee, if you compare, rupee will be here and dollar will be here, but you have the exchange rate and all. You need to do your homework. Sochikar, samajikar, investikar. So you need to do a lot of homework. So in one thumb rule, it will not be possible to give an answer, but there are very good international investment options are there. So you need to first say whether it is real estate, whether it is financial instruments you want to invest in. So then we need to zero in on, analyze, then find out which is the best one. As of the present market scenario, whether it is financial markets or real estate market or gold market. Of course, in gold, people will say, no, I will fly to Dubai, buy 1 kg gold and I will fly back here. So provided you have this baggage rules where you don't pay customs duty for your personal gold. So that is why you go along with friends. 4 people you go to Singapore, 4 people you go to Malaysia, or for example, Dubai. And each one of that you have a baggage rule, some exemption is there. To that extent, there will not be customs duty. So you buy 1 kg gold, then they will say, no, you are doing trading. It is not your personal thing, then you pay customs duty. So in Telugu, there is some very interesting so daniki deeniki seriya poyindi. So you go fly, bring that here and pay customs duty, then rather you could have bought that same here. So you need to plan, you need to understand law. Then you can actually optimize it. Good question. Next.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for that answer. And the next question that we have here is like how to balance the desire for high returns. Like how to take that risk and how really to,
they always say that lower the risk, lower the return.
Yeah.
So higher the risk, higher the return. Then if there is no risk, then it is no return. No, it is not like that. No risk means a minimum return. That is why it is called risk-free rate. And it starts from your RBI rate or your the fundamental base bank rate. You can start from some 6% or 7%. So let us say, does your fixed deposit has no risk? No. Today, banks are also doing business only. Banks are not doing charity, for your information. So therefore, it is not that, that is why treasury bonds, government bonds. So there the risk-free rate is, the rate is less. So start from a safety secure. That is why Warren Buffett, the greatest investment guru, he will say, don't put all the eggs in one basket, you spread it. So I have 10 lakh rupees. So put 2 lakhs in risk-free investments, another 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs in a fixed return, and another 3 lakhs or 4 lakhs in a high risk. So always average return, even if you fail or when the return is going ups and downs, you will have an average return which will be comfortable return for everybody. So you need to actually balance your desires for higher return by understanding each of them. So, oh my God, he is giving 30% return. There will be a lot of YouTube videos which will say, see, I invested only 50,000 at the yesterday. Today, I could actually make 4 lakhs and 30,000 rupees. So 430 minus 50, I made a surplus of 3 lakhs plus I made in one day I made. So that means he has put a lot of study. He has studied the market and he was ready to actually lose 50,000 rupees to actually do that. So in India, there are 8,50,000 companies are registered. Out of that, 50,000 companies are public limited companies. Out of 50,000 public limited companies, 7,000 are listed companies. And every day, 3,000 to 3,500 companies are traded. So you need to study the 3,000 companies. And at least the top 1,000 companies you need to study. 1000 company-oda balance sheet study பண்ணி அவங்களோட வியாபாரத்தை ஸ்டடி பண்ணி அவங்களுடைய pricing past 5 year 10 year trend study பண்ணி அவங்க chemical business aviation இருக்காங்களா டெலிகாமா இல்ல engineering இருக்காங்களா you need to understand their business, their financial statements, so many things you need to actually follow it up. Then it is worthwhile doing. That is why sochukar, samajkar, investkar. Otherwise it is not advisable to go by the desire. So asa adhigama padadinga, understand pannittu asa padinga.
That's right, sir. But many a times when we even try to, understand about it or read about it, we get to know terms that we do not understand at all. If we are in that profession, definitely we know what they are talking, but there are like so many terms which we don't get to understand, but still we have to, make a risk or something. How could we like balance that risk is what it was all about, sir.
So engage an investment consultant, have a chartered accountant, financial consultant, a market consultant, engage them and consult them. So put questions to them. So ITC share vangalama, Asian Paints vangalama. ITC is in a different sector, Asian Paints is a different sector, Bharat Petroleum Corporation is in a different sector. இது மூணுமே வந்து நல்ல ஸ்டார் பெர்ஃபார்மிங் கம்பெனிஸ். எதுல வாங்கலாம், எதுல growth rate இருக்கு, எப்போ என்ட்ரி பண்ணணும், எப்போ எக்ஸிட் பண்ணணும். For example, just now they have declared results. Now if you entry, the price will be very less. And you have to entry exit pandra timing very important. Choosing of the industry is very important. And your risk profile is also very important. So what kind of person you are. So வடிவேல் ஒரு படத்துல சொல்லுவான், எனக்கு ரிஸ்க் சாப்பிடுற மாதிரி அப்படின்ட்டு. ஸோ ஒரு 5 lakhs பணம் இருந்தா 1 லட்சம் ரூபாய் மார்க்கெட்ல கோவிந்தானா என்ன ஆவீங்க? யூ ஷுட் பி ரெடி ஃபார் தட். நான் ஹையர் ரிட்டர்ன் எனக்கு ஆசைப்படுறீங்கல்ல, 1 லட்சம் ரூபாய் லாஸ் ஆனாலும் திரும்பவும் எனக்கு வருங்கிற நம்பிக்கை வேணும். எப்படி? ஒன்லி வென் யூ கேர் சோச்சுக்கர் சமஜ்கர் இன்வெஸ்ட்கர். தட் இஸ் வை பேலன்ஸ் இட். In one investment it goes down, in other you will earn. That is why you have to keep balancing. No, everything I'll only put in a high risk investment means possibly I may lose the principal also. So that's very important. So you have to take a calculated risk. So that is most important. Calculated risk means inga addi pattalum கீழே விழறது important இல்லை, கீழே விழுந்தாலும் எழுந்துக்கும். In World Cup 1983, that side Sunil Gavaskar, this side Krishnamacharya Srikanth. Sunil Gavaskar came this side after the hit. Srikanth, when he is going that side, he fell down on the ground. And everybody, World Cup final, what will happen? The ball was thrown and it didn't hit the stump. It was an overthrow. He got up and then went to the other side of the crease. So then the rest is history. We got the World Cup. Anniki Srikanth wicket undunduna enna aayirukkum theriyadhu. Okay. The next day newspaper it was written, falling down is not fall, not getting up is fall.
That applies to anything, sir. Not only in financial, but anywhere in life. Yeah. So the next question that we have is like with regards to the LRS policy, sir, because there are many people who are doing LRS and now the taxation that is going to apply from July is going to be higher. Like, I guess it's almost a 20% tax. So can we like prefer ODI for that, or how can they actually do such returns? Like,
That's a very important question. So they give a limit 7 lakhs. So up to 7 lakhs, there is no, I will say TDS. Actually, it's not TDS, it's TCS, tax collection at source. So they have now increased the rate to 20%. Of course, for education purpose, it is 5%. And for education loan, it is only 0.1%. So point to be noted, in your family, you want to send 35 lakhs. Okay, so don't send 35 lakhs in individual name. So in Gopal Krishna Raju, 7 lakhs. Mrs. Gopal Krishna Raju, my father's name, mother's name, my son's name. Minor also you can send 7 lakhs. So my daughter. So barely 7 lakhs. So plan it. So have a consultant, understand your transaction and try to do it. So 35 lakhs, without 20% TCS, you can send money.
we can even prefer it as ODI, right, sir? Because like when we are doing
ODI is a different concept. For example, you want to invest in a particular company and then you want to, now rather than buying in the stocks, you can directly invest in the particular company as a stakeholder or a shareholder. For that, overseas investment rules has been amended from August 2022. They say you are permitted. And under LRS, liberalized remittance scheme, they are giving a limit of 2.5 lakh dollars. So that is almost 2 crore in INR. You can invest, but subject to your TCS. Subject to TCS. So that means you can, if you have 70 lakhs, send 35 lakhs to from all your name, all your family members' name before 31st March. And in April, you send another 35 lakhs. So in staggered investments, you can send. So nothing wrong in it.
Okay.
But at the same time, please don't be bothered about this TCS of 20%. It is only a tax paid in advance. So in case your income is lesser, this TCS can be taken back as a refund later. So planning is most important. Sochikar, samajikar.
Thank you, sir. So like when you were talking about this, I even had a thought because like with Ashton Grade developments and investments also, it's like something where it's a great opportunity where it's about building corpus only because the capital is safe and it is all about passive returns where they keep getting it on a monthly basis as well as a lump sum by the end. So that could be one great option for everybody also, sir. So over to the participants, if there is any questions, I can read it out for sir. And Dr. Shweta, if there is anything that you would like to know also, you can please ask.
Yes, sir. Sir, thank you so much. It was indeed, I'm really happy I was invited because I learned a lot of things. As is a common thought, we doctors, we have our knowledge about investment is probably very, very meager. And this was an eye-opener for us. My one question is, by investment, just give us an, you already told a lot, like how could this investment be a source of passive income for us? Like, so we are looking at salary as an option. So passive income, the importance of that and how investment could play a role in that.
Wonderful. Your active income is your salary income, your professional income, your consulting income. And your passive income is building a corpus parallelly. Very important. So please open a public provident fund. It is tax-free. And annually you can invest 1.5 lakhs only per person. So open a PPF in your name, your spouse name, your father's name, mother's name, sister's name, husband's. So all family members, you have a mandatory PPF account. So PPF account, maybe if you start from your 25 years or 30 years. So within a 20 years of your investing 1.5 lakhs, you can build a corpus of minimum 50 lakhs to 60 lakhs to 70 lakhs. Because every year, first 10 years, it will not see the growth. But next 15 years, the growth will be much faster. So thereby, you can have a minimum corpus of 50 lakhs in that. Now, please go for National Pension Scheme. The average for a public provident fund, the rate of return is 8.5% now. Now, for National Pension Scheme, the average rate of return is 12% to 14%. So please, there is no limit for National Pension Scheme. You can have a corpus. That means monthly you can say 50,000, 1 lakh, and build a corpus of 50 lakhs to 1 crore in that. So that means in public provident fund, you have 50,000, a national pension scheme, you have 1 crore. So 1.5 crore corpus is already, you can plan for staggered manner over a period of maybe 10 years to 15 years, you can plan it very well, you can plan it. And the growth rate for NPS is much faster and PPF is much lesser. But in NPS, 60% is tax-free, 40% is only taxable. But as far as public provident fund, entire money is tax-free. So it's quite a interesting model for to work it out. And in national pension scheme also, you get a tax benefit of up to 2 lakhs, 1.5 lakhs in ATC plus another 50,000. But if you already invested 1.5 lakhs, maybe salaried people, you would have already saved through provident fund, which will be your regular provident fund. Public provident fund is an additional provident fund, which you can use it as a fundamental saving tool also. Number 2. Number 3, you can think of having a minimum life insurance policy. Number 4, you can open a private trust and invest through the private trust for your sons and daughters. All these are corpus creation tools. And these corpus will give you a passive income over a period of time. So have a gestation period of minimum 10 years, maximum 15 years time. I'm sure you will have a wonderful corpus.
Thank you, sir. That was very important and useful point.
Thank you, sir, for answering ma'am's question. We have another question here. So Mr. Haridas asked, like, suppose he makes an investment of 5 lakhs as a senior citizen, and what is the guarantee that he will be receiving the original investment back, even though he gets an 18% interest from Ashton Gray, and how much tax will be deducted, and this will be an investment if it will come under allowance. So this is a question for Ashton Gray. So to have said that, it is something like this is going to be under the ODI as a company, sir. So we will send you the details of that as well. We can have a call on it. Any other questions?
Maybe you can ask any participants to give their reflections by unmuting them.
Sure, sir, sure. They had actually typed the chat for us, which I was actually reading it for you.
You can ask Mr. Haridas. We have Niveda is there. Krishnamurti is there. Bala. You can ask anyone to give their feedback.
Sure, sir. One. Yes, sir, Mr. Haridas.
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me?
Morning.
So what I'm saying is this a session of Ashton Gray or is just a financial investment session? I can't get it properly.
It is on financial investments for doctors, sir.
Acha, it's for doctors.
Yes.
Okay.
And for anybody else with regards to investments majorly.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Sure, thank you.
Anybody else? Manikam, Saradi. There is, I think, we have Bala is there. He wants to ask a question. Naveen, Niveta.
I was receiving it as a chat, sir, so that's the thing. So, sure, sir, thank you so much. So I'll just give it to. So just like you were telling, sir, so I'll just give a brief about the Ashton Gray as well, because Mr. Haridas was also asking how this actually works. So when it comes to Ashton Gray, it's like a 13-year-old company where we have been into the real estate developments in the US, sir. So this is something where people can invest from a minimum of 10 lakhs and it is going to be into the US investments. So this is something which is like, definitely when you were telling about building a corpus and the passive income, I was like thinking about this could be the optimal option and a choice for anybody who's looking forward for, you know, a passive income as well as to put it in different places actually. So having said that, it is like, yes, definitely the SLR rule will stand for this. And if there is any questions or if anybody would like to reach us, you can give your mail ID and your contact number so that we can reach out to you directly. So thank you, everybody. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Shweta for her dedication and time to join us today and for representing the esteemed community of doctors. It was her thoughtful questions that had guided her also to answer, and for the immense value that has been added to the discussion. And thank you so much, sir, for giving all your feedback and the tips that we really have to think about and put it into our daily life and in practice into investments. It was great having you all with us today. So thank you for all, and looking forward to see you in the next webinar. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, ma'am. And thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.